Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
The Nintendo Shack is back. Welcome to PSVG's Nintendo Shack episode 64. We are happy to have you here. We are a proud member of the PlayStation Video Games Podcast Network, and there's some awesome people at Patreon that help make this special and possible every month. And I have to take a quick moment to say thank you, Coach Hulk, Edwin Callow, Devin Tyus, Kevin Austin, Chris M., Kyle Heyman, Joel Voss, a.k.a. Professor Switch, Josh Barbone, the Bonesaw himself. Thank you. If you want to join these awesome people to help make PSVG something great, something special, please check out patreon.com/PSVG for all the sweet details. We got some exclusives, some great content, and I know you don't want to miss PSVG DLC. It's not safe for work, it's not safe for kids, but it's still fun. I'm Jason. Welcome to the Shack. We're happy to have you here. I hope you've been enjoying the Saturday releases, and I've got the crew with me. As usual, Caroline, what is going on?
What's good? Hi. Sorry, there's nothing new going on. So, there's nothing for me to throw in. And
Rag, no rock, can't stop the rock.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah.
Donnie, what's up, dude?
Greetings, Kooplings.
Flex with Flux.
I wish I could just, emulate your voice. Like, people do impressions of you. I don't know. You've got one of those voices that's just kind of impressionable.
Who's
Does that
that?
make sense?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. That's new.
Hey, remember when Carol was going to do that poem each episode?
Should do a rap.
Listen,
Yeah, like the Pokey
I was
rap.
so out of it today. I fell asleep.
I'm the Nintendo Dame, and I'm here to say that nobody else has got my game.
Cool.
And I don't know any other verses yet.
Keep
I'll
going.
get back to you. I tell you what, if we can get 4 patrons during this live show, I'll do it.
Do it.
So, welcome back to another episode, guys. We're here. It's Nintendo time. Donnie, you're on the cusp of destruction because your job's destroying you slowly and consuming you, turning you into a broken husk of a man. I can see it. I can see it. I can hear it in the text as I read it in my head.
Say what text? I have not been doing much of
exactly.
anything. Quiet on my front. Yes, it is. I'm going to try my best to Shack next week. I'm going to try. I think I can make it. Next week is technically the day that we activate. But I should be doing mainly, barring any catastrophes or issues happening, I should be doing most of my work before 9 p.m. So I'm really hoping I can come do this because I really want to. I'm excited, man. Travis Strikes Again comes out tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
I get to the GameStop and play it, and I have a long day tomorrow. But when I come home, tomorrow's going to be a late night because I'm going to stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning playing that game for sure. And I'm going to play it a lot on Saturday, and then I'm off on Monday.
Oh,
so I have this last little reprieve, and then that's it. So I think I can make next week, and then you're probably going.
King Day. That's right.
Probably going to be without me for a week or 2 after that. So let's try to host the show ourselves this time, not put it on somebody else's channel.
Hey man.
that's just the ultimate form of crossover.
That's
I don't
true.
know what you're getting at.
It's good
I don't
cross
remember
promotion.
what even the circumstances were for that. I just it was all just a blur. I just remember us trying miserably.
Caroline's been blurring out a lot lately.
Shut up, Donnie.
That's DLC content, Donnie. It's not appropriate for the Shack.
We'll save that.
Yeah, I know. Bring me in.
Oh, DLC was good, by the way, though, wasn't it?
It was good.
It's I listened to it and I was like, this is really funny. This is really good.
Lucas is like, that Justin seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
We should hang out with him. I'm like, well, he lives in the same city as us. So,
yeah.
Literally, he lives 10 minutes from my house.
That's crazy.
You guys should definitely hang out and play games. That's a travesty.
Right. Well,
I've hung out with Jacob Rush more than you've hung out with Justin.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true. You've hung out
Jacob
with
Rush is very fun.
You've hung out with Nathan Thomas maybe more than I've hung out with Justin. I dare say, because you guys have gotten together twice now.
No,
or just the one.
We just had breakfast. It was very romantic, breakfast.
Ooh.
We had waffles and fruit and whipped cream.
We had
and
a grand
stuff.
slam at Daddy. It was magical.
Yeah, it was
Donnie
good
and I
stuff.
hung out the most.
That's true.
Yeah.
All of, like,
Well, that was just at the one night at GameStop before the Switch.
Yeah.
well, no, there was that, and then there was the meetup at MomoCon, and then there was hanging out with Jacob Rush. So
Logging those hours.
Yeah.
Donnie and I need to hang out more often.
We should.
Donnie and his wife and Brian and me are just like we're like that double date
Yeah,
group.
in that regard, we really are. We offset each other in the best ways. Like Melissa can cope with all of Caroline's like personal life, and I can cope with all of Caroline's gaming life. And then Brian and I both like making fun of both of our wives, and then both of them like making fun of both me and Brian. So it is.
And you
quite
and
good.
Brian also like some things that are unsavory
Also
at best.
for
Also
the
not
DLC show.
check. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll bring
right?
Brian in on DLC too. That would be hilarious.
So anyway, DLC is popping. That was a lit show. People really seem to like it. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, you gotta join the Patreon. $1.
Monthly show, right?
Yeah, it's a monthly show. Kevin and I alternate as hosts, and it's, or at least I don't know what Kevin's doing. That's the fun part about the show, is that every show could be drastically, like, wildly different. There's no format for it. The format that I've come up with is we'd play drinking games, and then once we're nice and saucy, then we tell stories. And
It's story time.
and then it was fun. And that was fun.
Won't
That's a
take
good
much.
format.
You want to hear something messed up? Hold on, let me get to my back catalog, says Donnie Reese. And out comes something. So we might as well just roll into some what you play and talk as we like to start off each episode. I will give you guys the brief synopsis. Of course, Smash Ultimate, that's always going to be a staple. And I had the pleasure of visiting my good friend, Mr. Lucas Rose, from friend of the show, friend of Flexipose, and we played we got to play some Smash, played some Smash locally, but I got to play a little more time with Nidhogg. And due to that, I was finally able to publish that review that went up on the site yesterday, or was that Wednesday? I can't remember, but
Oh, yeah.
wait, yesterday was Wednesday. It had to have been Wednesday, or maybe it was today. I don't remember. Either way, the Nidhogg review is up. I'll just say it much different experience playing locally. So I didn't give the game a score. I just kind of recommend it or didn't recommend it. And I think if you have access to a local multiplayer buddy, so to speak, that game's definitely worth your time. It's $15, but I mean, maybe if you had someone that would want to play online with you, that's an option. But if you're like me, typical, and just a solo player, don't do it, because the game is like drastically better playing with a friend. Many childlike squeals were heard as we were giggling in glee, running away from each other's and killing each other over and over and over and over. It was a fun time, and really, that's been it. That's all I've been playing. Ta-da!
We need to put your review on the Patreon.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm out of
Caroline-
practice, so I was just like,
We didn't
I think
tell
I-
everybody
I
in
think I-
Discord we were going live. Who's in charge of that?
It's okay. It's okay. They'll find us.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I think
got
we're
it.
all like kind of rolling into this one just like a little off kilter. Everybody's had a long day.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Who?
You.
Me?
Oh,
Me? I am this close to being 100% on Xenoblade 2 again. I got 6 more swimsuits and 1 more blade to get.
Swimsuits. What the fuck? What is?
No, they're not swimsuits. I already got all the swimsuits, so they're just a regular costume
I
palette
just like how
swaps.
I love how that's a collectible in the first place.
So they justify it by saying, oh, well, there's this poison level that you have to do. Like it's this Napon that's a complete troll. He calls himself the Archsage, and really his whole gig is bringing all of the Xenoblade characters from the other universes together in this one big fanfic because he loves it. He wants to see them all together. But there's this poison one that they added in there just to say, hey, there's this monster that needs to be defeated. This poison is very deadly. There's a material or something that allows you to be anti-poisoned at the time, so you're not taking damage. But I only had enough to make like maybe enough material for everybody for like say a swimsuit. And then Rex is like, girls in swimsuits. And then the Napon's like, you better not let them see that look on your face. He's like, oh god. So it's an anime, trope.
Oh yeah.
All swimsuits are acquired. I have 6 regular costume swaps to get. And then I've been playing not Nintendo games. Ragnarok for mobile, but on BlueStacks, because there's a lot of stuff going on that game, and a little bitty phone screen is not enough to mess around with it. I was touching things that were opening menus that weren't opening right, and I was just like, I'm just going to emulate this on my computer. So that's that. There's nothing really new in Nintendo Land. I haven't gotten New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I didn't get Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story remake. I don't think there's anything really in the Nintendo realm that's coming out for me until Yoshi, and I'm gonna.
It's a long time.
I know. I need to do Valkyria, and I think once I get Valkyria done, I will get Tales of Vesperia. A lot of people I know are playing Tales, so yeah, we'll see.
Johnny, what about you, man?
I got Mario. Like all of you guys should be getting Mario. Yeah. And I've been so happy to return to the little.
Is Peachette cute?
She's very cute. My daughter got her in like the second level, and she's very cute. Yep. Yeah. So we've got 2 files. We're playing one, and we're trying to co-op it 3 at a time. It's just an utter disaster. Just everybody's in my way, and then they're arguing, and then it's like me like yelling at my kids because they just keep dying over and over and over. I'm like, you guys are embarrassing. And then my daughter's like, you're so mean. Why would you say things like that? I'm like, you keep dying. You keep jumping in the hole. Quit doing that. And so it's really fun. You get the Yoshi, and you just eat them. So you just eat the other character and then carry them like to a ledge and just spit them down in the hole. It's like, please. But no, seriously, I got New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I mean, I've supported this game for a long time. I really do think it's one of the better Mario games. Just kind of, it's not the best Mario game of all time. It's not the most impactful Mario game of all time.
I think it's much better than the Wii version.
I agree. I think it's better than the Wii version. I think it's better than the 3DS versions. I think it's I absolutely think it's the best of the new Super Mario Bros. I think it's one of the best 2D Mario games that they've made since 2000, like this millennia. Really, to me, it kind of goes Mario 3. Jason already knows this. We did our Mario thing.
Yep.
I go Mario 3, Mario World. New Super Mario Bros. U is not that far behind, like in terms of 2D platforming. The level design is really, really good. It's like 2 completely games when you play it co-op. Which is how it should be. But even alone, it's pretty good platforming. Like in terms of challenge, it kind of gets back to, not quite as much, but it kind of gets back to the Mario world in terms of secrets, and especially like the collectathon. Like the real big thing about Mario U is getting all the challenge coins, and it's tough. That's tough.
Yeah,
and
that's what I love
the
about
secret world is tough, and then like new Luigi U. That gets even more tough, and it's funner because they speed it up. Everything's like half-paced. One thing that I forgot that I really loved on Wii U was the challenge mode. And I'm not sure how many people played the challenge mode. The challenge mode in Super Mario Bros. U is super fun, especially like if anybody had played like Mario Run, right? Like the mobile game since then. Yeah. A lot of like Mario Run is kind of in the challenge mode. Now it's not like like a push to jump type thing, but in the Mario thing, it's very short course. You have like 30 seconds to get, from point A to point B, and it's basically you have to time every jump and you have to hit it perfectly, and then you have to do it fast. And you have to keep doing it faster.
It's for speedrunners.
It is, it's really fun. It's really fun. It's challenging. I mean, it's challenge mode. It's challenging, but it's also. It's challenging in a good way because it's fast. Like you can get the bronze in every level fairly easily. To get the gold, you got to try hard, and that's pretty good. So you don't ever feel like you're stopping down. To say something bad about it, I mean, really, it's the same thing I said before I even got it. I wish they did something to it. It's the same game. The resolution boost is really nice. It's very sharp, which is really nice. It is really nice in terms of presentation. But you kind of wish with that sharpness that they at least, I was thinking, at the very least, it would have been really nice if they had touched like some of the basic textures. Like the grass that covers the blocks and like the things on the, on the bottom of the screen, because the backgrounds are already kind of like pre-faded, so all of the foreground, just like touch it, make it a little more texture, a little more detailed. That would have really made the game pop because it's already a really pretty game. Like the water world, the ice world. Oh man, the soda jungle. The Van Gogh Starry Night thing. It's so good. It's so
Zelda
good.
Jungle's pretty good.
All the Koopa kids, all the ghost mansions, all the battleships, like we have been having a blast. I am not upset one bit that I paid a full $59.99 because it's a great game. It is, I mean, not to trudge up the past, but I'd rather play this than Odyssey. Like, I'd much rather play this than Odyssey any time of the day. I really love this game. I really do. I've been telling everybody that for years since it was on Wii U.
I suck at side-scrolling platforms as a general rule, so...
And when we did our Mario show, like, for me, like, I really kind of lean towards... I go way 2D. It's an odd thing with me. I don't know why. I really love 2D platformers, but I really love 3D Zeldas. Because it's like with the open world nature of Zelda and the exploration... I don't want to do that in 2D. It doesn't feel the same.
Right.
Yeah.
I want a world.
I mean, when you think
What
of it
about
like
top-down
Mario,
platforming?
you want precise platforming, and that doesn't. I mean, it's just a little different when you get that third dimension. It's a little looser. There's something a little more challenging about the jumps and level design.
Now, I think I'd be totally down for like side-scrolling Zelda. That would be cool.
Zelda
2 is just out on the Switch
that's
Online
true.
service.
That's true.
There you go.
Does Zelda 2 have a like get all the buffs immediately mode like the
Like an
Zelda
SP?
1 did?
I haven't opened it. I haven't booted it up.
I bet you
Okay.
they'll
I
release.
haven't
I'm sure they'll release a special version of that game too.
Because that game is
I'm sure.
really difficult. I've
Yeah.
only beaten it once.
Maybe
I
that'll
actually,
give you fully upgraded stats or something.
Yeah, I really do enjoy it. If you guys don't want to play it, at least go through watch a playthrough of it. I actually like Dan Avidan from Game Grumps playthrough. He does a really good job.
I watched a speed run of it. I think at a GDQ once.
Oh god, there's so many cool secrets though. There's like very hidden forests, and unless you know about them, you're never going to encounter them. So
Yeah.
finding those hidden towns and stuff is really neat.
Speaking of videos, are you guys familiar with the YouTube channel for the Completionist?
Yeah, Gerard.
I watched his video of Hollow Knight, and I never want to play that
He's-
game again.
He's insane.
I never want to play that game again.
He's
Like,
insane.
what it took to 100% that, like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
I love Gerard though. He's great. A lot of what he's done has inspired me to like go the 100% route on a lot of things. So I think like the first few games that I actually 100%ed were on the Wii U. And now I just, especially like RPGs, I like to collect all the things and I like to get all the things. So
That's one of the most fun parts about New Super Mario Bros. U is for the collectathons out there. There's a lot to do.
that's why I've still got to get Captain Toad because
Like this
of
is
all the collecting.
so Yoshi's Woolly World is really good, especially as a collectathon. It's like super pretty and there's a lot to find, and it's fun in like a puzzly way. Like to find the secrets, you got to think about
Oh,
it.
I know.
Whereas
Like,
in
you have
Mario
to-
Bros. U, like it's almost like equal challenge, but it's more of a skill-based thing. To collect all the challenge coins and get all the secrets and get all the things in Mario U, you got to be good. Like you can't, like kids can't do that, but kids can totally beat the game. They can play as like Nabbit and whatnot. I don't know. I really like it. I'm really happy to be playing again. I'm really happy it came over, and I like that it's sharper, and I like that it's a nice res boost. It's fun.
It got Jack to stop playing Starlink?
No. He did for the night. For the night, he played it with me. It's really my daughter's game. So it's me and my daughter, and me just like throwing her around the level and her whining and screaming about it. And,
Rosalina's not playable on that one, is she? I'm thinking of 3D World. When
You're
you
thinking
beat
3D World, yeah. I
don't
when
think
you
so,
beat
no.
3D World, then you unlock Rosalina.
that's the
Yeah.
next one she wants. Now she wants that one too.
I
I did just play like an hour of this brand new game that dropped today called Football Heroes Turbo. This game
Turbo
is
on the title.
stupid fun. I saw it earlier on the drop. If you wherever you go and find the games that dropped today, and I was like, it's a football game. I got to open it up because we don't have one. Like we have Mutant League football, and so I open it up and I immediately see the game, and it's like Tecmo Bowl. So if you're listening at home, you want me to paint you a picture? Think Tecmo Bowl with like maybe a new like Unity based looking engine, right? So it's a little cartoony, crispy Tecmo Bowl, except it's got like this Streets of Rage blitz mechanic to it because you play football, you pick your plays, you throw the ball, you run the ball, but in the middle of you running, you can totally just stop and punch somebody in the face. And like on defense, you can drop kick each other. There are special moves. You can drop bombs. You can blow up like half the team.
This is how I wish football were really played.
It's stupid
there's
fun.
Sometimes that I'm just like screaming, break their legs, you know?
You can do. Oh my gosh! He just like
they're like wrestling moves.
Uppercutted this dude.
Yes. So and there's like an RPG mechanic.
Fireballs.
So I still don't all understand it. I've played 3 games of this and I played it for like 60 minutes. So don't take this by any means. But apparently, like you level up all of your players, and I think everything you do, like so when you get a first down, when you get a touchdown, everything like you earn like in-game cash that you can spend.
I was going to ask you what the cash was for.
Yeah, you upgrade your players' skills, you buy new teams, you buy new things like that. So everything is like kind of unlockable.
This guy just dropped a bomb as he's running.
Yes,
he drops the bomb behind
him.
And
just blow up everybody, and they go flying, and it's so much fun.
How much is it in the eShop?
It's $14.99, which is a little high to like take a flyer on. But I had $2.75 coins, and my wife and I were sitting here on the TV waiting for us to start the show. And I was opening the eShop, and I saw a trailer, and she's like, "You have to get this for Jack. He's gonna go bananas." It has online play, and it has local play, and then the solo play you can play like in season. So you like click season, and you just kind of start off and go. So I don't think you can go like just solo exhibition game.
That's ridiculous. It's looks like it released on Steam first in September of last year, and it's still in early access there. But it's the same price at least. It's $15 on both platforms.
It's so dumb.
Nice
when you do throw the ball, so it's not just like press the button. You have a charge beater. So when you go to throw the ball, you select your receiver. If you just tap it, you'll throw like this ridiculously slow lob, and the defense will just come and like drop kick you and take the ball. Or you have to hold the ball, which requires you to like time it. You know, like you can't sit there and hold the ball forever. You take a sack, and then you like uncork a rocket down the field, and you start throwing these fastballs. It's stupid fun. And for a football game, in absence of Madden, and in a world where we have no NCAA, and your only other option is Mutant Football League, I've played 3 games of this, and I'm already happy with my $12.25. I'm like, I can play this for a little while. You know, like,
the thing that gets me is that you have the in-game currency, and you can buy unlockable stuff with your currency. That's what I love about games.
And you can unlock. I think you can unlock. Again, this part I haven't done as much because I only played 3 games, and I kind of scrolled through the menus. But I think you can unlock like different combinations, like uniforms, different things like that, different players, different power-ups. Like you can really customize and play the way you want.
That's why I've played SSX for years, because of all of the things you could buy in the shops for your characters, the move sets. Bayonetta does it really well too with using halos to buy stuff. So
yes,
I really like games that take that in-game currency mechanic and make you buy upgrades and such.
So I can't wait to play it this weekend. I'm going to play it in between playing Travis Strikes Again. But yeah, this is fun. I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to show it to Jack because, like I said, I think for $12, like Soccer Slammers, this is something that we'll play, a game a week, a game every other week, but we'll do it for a year. And then like we could be sitting here next year, and this game could be like in my top 10 played this year. Because it's one of those that maybe I don't sit down and play it for 5 hours at a time, but I 20 minutes every week, like Fortnite, right. 20 minutes every week. I just keep returning to it because, dude, I love football games. I like sports games. So if you're out there and you're wanting a football game on your Switch, this is the best option I've seen. It's definitely better than like those Neo Geo games that we've had. And and we have nothing else on the horizon to really look forward to. It's half the price of Mutant Football League. I don't like Mutant Football League. I tried playing on Xbox.
I was thinking of getting Mutant Football League a while ago, but I just never made the purchase.
I think I'm too attached to the originals for the new versions to hold up for me.
And it's Tecmo based, so if you like the Tecmo, it's simple. It's simple to play, but the depth comes using your power ups. So like when you use your power ups, like you burn it, and it takes like first downs and stuff to get it back. So you can't just like start blowing up the field and be awesome. Right? And if you run fast and if you punch, you use your stamina, and it takes first downs and stuff to get those back too. So you end up running. It's like this resource management thing where you could blow all of your team's resources in the first quarter, and just
wow.
get stomped on for the next quarter because they're punching you all over the field. They're knocking you left and right. They're running faster than you. There's nothing you can do. So there's some of that to it as well.
Strategy.
Yeah. That's it,
cool.
man.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. You're having fun. That's all that matters. So I'm glad it's paying off for you. Donnie, you ready to do a little news block?
Ready to hit some
block
news?
Action? Hit some news.
Yeah. So this is old news at this point. It feels like forever ago, but
but
it appears that Super Nintendo games are coming to the Switch via the Nintendo Online service. Data miners pulled out information on this. There have been more information that's been leaking. Like even today, I saw another report.
Yeah, I did too.
Some more stuff. So I'm not going to read all of the games that are basically everything you could think about. All of the Super Nintendo things that you want. Basically everything was on the Super Nintendo Classic, including Star Fox 2 is in there. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Mario Kart, Link to the Past, all the things you'd want. Super Mario World. The one that really got my attention, Mario All-Stars. You guys remember I hacked my Super Nintendo? I still think those are the best versions of those games. So I have that ROM on my Super Nintendo Classic, and it would be great if they came. I would love to hear what people think about that. If they play the Wii and the Wii U Virtual Console releases versus the Mario All-Stars release.
Can I just draw to attention to the fact that you have LOL next to Star Fox 2?
I know. Well, I just think
so
it's interesting.
Stupid. That game is awful.
Hey, that's why Nathan bought a Super NES Classic, remember?
Did he ever play it like that?
He never took it out of the box.
I tried playing
not because
it.
he's a collector.
For Nathan and for you, I tried to play it, and I unlocked it and did on. I was like, this is awful. Like, why did they do this?
I still haven't played it.
I enjoyed it, but just because he never played the original Star Fox. His first game was Star Fox 64, so he liked playing the first one to unlock the second one. He's like, this is a neat,
It's so hard to play that first one. The
Star
frames
Fox
drops, and it's just...
he didn't have an easy time on it. It's just he likes those shooting fighters.
So there's more information drops. They also found some new emulators in there, which has led to all kinds of speculation about other consoles. I don't even want to go there until we know. But we've been saying it for a while now. We talked about our prediction show. We've talked about it even in the past. When they announced SNES to 3DS was about this time. It sounds about right. They've got to do something for the service this year. I think Super Nintendo games should be coming soon.
If Earthbound comes to it, I might finally play through that, and I'll probably finally play through Super Metroid.
Oh, Earthbound's got to come to it.
So much easier
definitely has to.
Switch
Super Metroid definitely holds up. Super Metroid's amazing.
I'm going to be excited as all get out when Super Mario Kart is going to be internet playable against other people. That's going to be hype to the max. That game's tough.
I wish you could have more than
really
one other player, but
I don't want to play that.
Yeah, I thought I'd like to play it, and Lucas and I did that for a game night on Flixibles once, and he wrecked me, and I was just like, I can't steer. What is going on?
It's extremely tough to turn in that game. You got to get good at it.
Don't be Luigi. That was my first mistake.
A lot of people use Yoshi. Yoshi's apparently very good.
Oh, I always use Yoshi and Koopa Troopa.
Koopa Troopa.
I would possibly try to play like Kirby's Dream Course, like against someone, but I'm sitting here looking at the list.
It's golf.
There's nothing here that I think I would play online, really. And to be honest with you, I have access to all of these games. I can't tell you how much of this I would play. I might play Link to the Past, save states and stuff. Every so often I go back to that one. I'll play Yoshi's Island. You guys already know how much I love Yoshi's Island. So
I think Brian would like to play Yoshi's Island. He never played past Super Mario World. I don't even think he's played Super Mario World. It's a shame.
That is sad.
You do an Arcadia Academia sponsored Link to the Past book club playthrough.
Sure.
We are doing a Zelda one.
Nope. Shh.
I'm just saying.
Nope. That's being edited.
Arcadia is being launched on Sunday.
That's being edited out of that podcast. Hush.
Why?
Hush. Shh. All will be revealed in time.
That's stupid.
You heard it here, folks. Breaking news in the PSVG universe.
Carol and Donnie about to fight.
So
anyways, throwing down.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the internet's done all the videos and all. Like I said, this is old by the time we've recorded. So yeah, I think everybody already knows about that. We don't need to spend much time here. Here's the other thing. Are you going to be? I don't feel like I'm going to be as hyped for this as I was like when they came to 3DS. I just have so much
I
Super
don't know.
Nintendo
People
at
better
my
be hyped
disposal.
because we had so many people like, there's no Super NES games on the service
The
yet.
fact that-
All over in the Shack chat. So I
The
better
fact
be-
that it's accessible through the Switch is one thing. I don't have to plug in my Super Nintendo Classic if I want to play these.
Yeah.
Now,
I never want to plug mine in again.
these are kind of fresh since
I like
we've
that they're-
just gotten the.
Convenient. I'm not saying that I'm not like. I'm just saying like when they came to 3DS, like I played Super Metroid. Because I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna play these games right now. I'm probably not doing it when these come.
No, but I mean the fact that they're there, and if you ever had an inkling of, hey, I wish I could play Link to the Past again,
Inkling?
it's right there.
Nice. They do make the service incredibly more valuable.
Yeah.
Like that we all agree.
I mean-
on, so that's good. I've never played Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
I
I
never
had
will.
heard of it once, and yeah, it's just like one of those games.
Pilot Wings? I know
Like
you're psyched for
Demon's
Pilot
Crest?
Wings.
Demon's Crest. Yeah, the first Pilot Wings I think is better than Pilot Wings 64.
No.
Not gonna play Pilot
Okay,
Wings ever.
Celeste DLC is still coming. It's coming for free, but it's not in time of the release anniversary. So the developer went
come
to
on, Matt
Twitter
makes
with
games.
like apologies. It's like, who cares? You're giving them free DLC. Take as long as you want. How long have you been waiting for the Shovel Knight stuff? Like, you didn't need to do that. But he said it's going to be one continuous chapter, no B-sides, no strawberries.
Thank
and
God.
it's,
It's B-sides.
Like currently
Seaside.
some of the hardest levels to date. Does that excite you, Jason? Are you ready for the challenge?
I never. Well, did I finish B-sides? I think I almost finished B-sides. But then there's C-sides.
There's
It's just like,
C-sides.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
no. You know?
The game's
I
hard
mean,
enough as it is.
I would like to play more Celeste. I don't want to play brutally, break my controller, replay the levels 80 times to get through them Celeste, you know? Because part of me, I'm like, I kind of want to go back and play some Celeste, but then I remember what goes into playing Celeste, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nintendo announced some new 3DS Selects, which I thought was really good. So these is their $20 line for 3DS games, and they're adding Super Mario Maker for 3DS, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and Star Fox 64 3D, which I'm excited about because that cart is still pretty hot.
Yeah.
If you want a Star Fox 3D card, it's going to run you like $30, $34
I was
used.
lucky I was lucky to find it pre-owned at GameStop after I'd already had
Yeah.
it. It was a launch title, wasn't it? Or close
It was
to
close.
launch.
It was at least close to launch.
That was the
yeah.
first game I picked up when I got my 3DS, and I had to pay like $5 less than brand new at used to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great. I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't a select before.
The only one I
honestly.
don't own is Super Mario Maker, but is that kind of pricey for the original already? Or I guess now it will be. Those Nintendo Selects always make the original prints go up pretty quick.
They usually do. I'll probably get Star Fox if only because with GCU it's like $14. So like if like for those of you that still have access to some sort of discount program, if you haven't got these yet, snatch them up because they're really good deals.
It's the best Star Fox game you can play right now.
It is. And that
Okay.
local play like co-op battle mode, super fun if you have more than one 3DS. So we had traded that in some time ago, and there have been times where I'm like, I'm going to pick up a card of it. And I've looked it up, and it's like $34 for a loose card. I'm like, no, what? This game's like 6 years old. What are you talking about?
It's
Like
insane.
the Fire Emblem debacle, you can't find Awakening below $40.
That's true, and that's why I've never traded in my Fire Emblems. It's like a weird thing with me. I always keep all my Zelda games and all my Fire Emblems. Everything else, like I trade in, and I'll pick it up later if I want to play it again. But I always know in the back of my mind, you ain't getting those games again unless you pay a real pretty penny for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like the select lines.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, we all want Nintendo to do more sales and be a little more, these are, can't really commend them too much here, but these are really good games.
Yeah.
I never did Super Mario Maker on 3DS. It's the one that
I
doesn't
didn't
have
either.
online, right? It's just
It
like
doesn't.
local.
Right.
It doesn't, but I feel like, I don't know.
That
It
ruins the whole idea.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like doing your stylus would be easier on that kind of clamshell. I'd have to try it out just to see.
Maybe.
Eventually, I'll get it, but
Okay.
you know me.
Well, now you'll get it cheaper. Or
Yeah.
are you such a
Exactly.
diehard fan you have to have the original?
Yeah,
art?
Carol-
I have to
Carol
have
doesn't want
the
that select
original.
spot.
Oh, man.
I can't have that border. Nope.
Okay. So anyway, that's it for the news block. Unless you guys had anything else you'd like to add? I honestly haven't checked on it in
No.
like 2 or 3 days.
No, I mean,
This week.
there were some super cheap games at Target recently. That I don't even remember when that happened. That was that a week ago? Was that 2 weeks?
That
I
was a
don't
while
know.
ago.
I'm telling you, I was talking with Kevin about it. GameStop getting bought out, things are probably going to go mad cheap because I think they're going to be bought to just be completely done away with, and everything's going to be liquidated. So
You think they're gonna destroy
Why
the
would
brand?
you buy them to liquidate them?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think there's still
People
value
do-
in there.
or no, people do it. People do it all the time. To, I mean, they might sell stuff online.
I think
but
if somebody's
in
buying
brick-and-mortar
GameStop,
stores,
they're looking for a physical storefront foothold. Now
How does that-
they may move off games and they may move games because they're cheap then, but I don't necessarily think they'll close them down.
I mean, in terms of game sales, I would feel like GameStop has to be the best out of the brick and mortar sales, right? Brick and mortar stores, excuse me. I mean, Best, but they have to
For
sell
just
more than
games,
Best
Yeah,
Buy.
Sure.
they do a pretty good job. Yeah.
I just think that the physical age is sadly coming to an end. Sadly,
It is.
I don't want it to be the case, but
I kind of do.
I don't know. I'm you know me. I'm all for. I miss the Toys R Us liquidations, so Toys R Us stuff never goes on sale anyway. So
The digital stuff
it-
I find like keeps me tied to my console more. You know, like I'm more like my PlayStation 4, right?
Well,
I
think
played
about
that the
me.
least here, but I have no desire to trade it in at all because it's got like 200 games on it because I'm basically all digital there. Whereas when I have a collection of games, all I see is like value. I see storage, I see value, I see clutter. Like I have all these reasons to move it. When it's like just digital, it's just like I can put this 3DS in a drawer. Why would I trade
see
it in? It has
I see value
100
in
games on it,
storage
you know.
too, but at
Right.
the same time, I see it as I'll never trade in my systems because I won't have anything to play the games on. That's the thing. So I guess you can see it both ways.
Yep.
I can't believe I own
That's
a
fair.
Virtual Boy, by the way.
I can.
You guys should
I'm
listen to
not
PSVG
surprised.
this week if you want to feel better about that statement.
Yeah, you should.
That's it for the news box. So let's get into our direct from you questions.
For you questions?
Take it away, Jason.
Understand.
Absolutely. So this is a special episode in a way because it's number 64. So in honor of that, we had to reach out to our friends over at Nintendo Nostalgia for a couple topics of conversation to guide us through this.
Hi, Jacob. Hi,
questions.
Ryan. What's up, guys?
Starting off, what was your first ever experience and reaction to when you first played the Nintendo 64?
I was at a birthday party where we had all fallen asleep. I woke up insanely early. I'll never forget. I was wandering just, I guess, to the bathroom or something. It was. I remember it was at dawn. I distinctly remember like the light in the room was like this very faint, like light blue light. So the sun was coming up, and I walk into this room. It's like an office. There's nobody in it, and I see this video game system down, and I click it on, and Mario 64 comes up, and I played that game until breakfast was served like 5 hours later, and I didn't move. I just sat there and played it. And I didn't have access to a Nintendo 64, but I will never forget like how enthralled I was that you could just like walk around. Like I was Mario and I was just walking around outside. Like I think I probably played around the castle like without even going into a level for like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just walking around, jumping off of trees, jumping into the water. Like I was just amazed by like the physics of moving. And from that moment forward,
Yeah.
I wanted a Nintendo 64. I don't think I got one for like another 2 or 3 years, but like I wanted a Nintendo 64 ever since then. I have a lot of memories of me being like the awful kid at like the party that like just took over your toys. Like I was just like, you do the party thing. I'm just gonna sit here and play your games.
And then your mom ruined everything.
That was later, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't get a 64. I got a 64 like when PlayStation was really killing it, like when 64 was kind of out on the
Yeah,
outs. That's
yeah.
when I finally got a 64. I think I was in maybe middle school at that point, so it was old. Like people are like 64 is old. Nobody wants to play that. But that was like that's my very first experience to Nintendo 64.
I was also over. My sister was friends with a girl in her kindergarten class, and my sister and I are 3 years apart, so I was in third grade at the time. There was actually her friend had a sister that was my age, but we never had the same classes together, so we ended up hitting it off also, and we, sisters the same age. It's pretty nice. You go over and they split off into pairs, and you just go do your own thing with the other sister. So I remember kind of just being awkwardly sitting in the living room while she was over there because they kind of wanted me and the other girl to, get together and hit it off. And they were playing Mario Kart. And until then, I just had Sega Genesis, and it was all 2D. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is in 3D. I've never heard of this before. And I think I was probably, I was 6 or 7 at the time or something like that. Anyway, yeah, changed my life from then on. Mario Kart 64 and
Anyway,
Super Mario.
Life has changed.
Yeah, so I mean, like, no, seriously, like, ever since the Nintendo 64, that's when I started just going to the Nintendo route. I never went to a Sega. I never did any PlayStation, nothing. I was hooked on Nintendo from that point on, and I ended up actively getting Super Nintendo Entertainment System, playing all those. So yeah, it was the pivoting console that changed me into a Nintendo person.
I don't remember the first time I played one. I want to think, like, if my memory serves me even closely, I want to say it was like in like at a kiosk, like a demo station type,
right?
Like at a Babbage's or a.
Oh my God, I haven't heard of Babbage's in years.
What was it? What was the other one? There was when it was just Electronics Boutique, and in the mall. I don't, because I didn't own one. I had a neighbor that owned. I remember playing Super Mario Kart 64 at his place. My brothers eventually got one, so I remember playing games at my dad's house. But and I had cousins that owned it too, so I don't remember like that first instance. But I'm sure it was probably a Super Mario 64 because that was the launch game, and that's
right.
That's what you had access to. And I remember being upset because I had a PlayStation. I was like, PlayStation's only 32-bit. Now Nintendo comes around here with a 64-bit console. But yeah. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I had a lot of great times playing Mario Kart. Oh gosh, we used to play Gauntlet Legends at my cousin's house.
Oh my gosh,
a lot.
yeah, we had that at my cousin's house. We played that one.
Star Fox 64. We even spent time playing the Donkey Kong 64, the battle mode in that, which was
the battle mode's not good.
But like probably the most time we'd sink into that game would be playing NFL Blitz. We were a band, but we weren't a band, but we would just get together and jam, and then we would play Nintendo 64 at our drummer's place. So we would play NFL Blitz and then battle mode and Diddy Kong Racing, which consisted of the icicle pyramid level with the code to have like twice as many rockets, and we would just play that. Of course, GoldenEye too. Probably the fondest memory of the console was at a friend's get together. We had a bunch of us over. We had like 2 N64 setups, a couple of PlayStation set up, and we just played a ton of GoldenEye.
It's like like my dreams as a child. You love them, Jason. You love them.
Did you know that my favorite football game of all time, Super High Impact, was actually the predecessor to NFL Blitz?
Did you know?
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about it on
I listened to that episode.
Yeah. So Super High Impact is actually like the granddaddy, if you will, to NFL Blitz.
It was the origin, but it's not
funny. The funny thing with NFL Blitz, though, like I learned real quick, is like in the first half of the game, I could intercept every pass my opponent would throw, every pass, and they get so pissed. But then after I was up by like 8 touchdowns, then the game's like, I'm going to rubber band the crap out of you. And then in the fourth quarter, you can't do it at all. It's so funny.
Gonna run out the clock.
That takes care of that question. Moving on, there are a lot of classics from the N64 that Nintendo either doesn't do anything with today, or they simply can't because of legal reasons now. But would it be licensing and this and that? What game would you bring back to the Nintendo Switch, not only as an HD remake, but continue to make games for that series moving forward?
Dude, Jacob knew it. Are we all going to say the same thing?
No, I guarantee you we're not.
Banjo.
No.
Period.
God, no.
Oh.
God, no.
Donnie, what's your deal, man? Banjo.
It's just not that good. It's just
Electrophone.
okay.
Banjo games.
All right.
Gotta do it.
All right. Jason?
I got mine. I have 2 selections. Number 1, because it can't be made because they threw out all of that of the canon and everything. Shadows of the Empire.
Okay.
Give me some Dash Rendar all over again. Although technically no, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I was like, technically his ship shows up in one of the new episodes, leaving Mos Eisley. So technically it is still canon.
Just stop. Okay.
Nerd.
Runner up would be Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron was
Yes.
my
Rogue
pick.
Squadron.
I was going to say, in light of news that this week with the news of the EA, how do you not make Rogue Squadron? You look at the legacy that this has.
The same way
the
EA
amount of
can't make a
people
Star
has-
Wars game.
Just make Rogue Squadron. You could literally remake Rogue Squadron. Like, you could just be like, it's a remastered version of Rogue Squadron. Do you have any idea how many people would buy that game? A game would sell 2 million copies like that. Like, just do that. And then make an actual great Rogue Squadron. Oh, man, the way those games used to look. I don't know if I have one that's not that one. Because that was the one that I had.
Jet Force Gemini?
No. So Benji was talking about Turok. I really like Turok. I remember that.
I mean, Prey came back. We can bring Turok back.
I'd be okay for Turok to come back. In the Nintendo side, I would love for Pokemon Snap to return.
Yeah, I was thinking about Snap too.
Snap was a game that I think could live. I actually think nowadays Snap would be a really great mobile game. But definitely I would be open to that, but not Banjo. Banjo?
Yes. Banjo 1 and 2. Do the classic
I don't have
reboot of the 2.
Sadly, we played a lot of Conker's Bad Fur Day back in the day. The multiplayer mode in that, where it was like the Nazi teddy bears against the squirrels.
I think I would
It's
rather
rated
have.
for mature for a reason, kids.
I'd rather have Blitz or Wave Race. There's so many more games that I'd like. Perfect Dark, 007. Like if they could do it,
Perfect
and do
Dark
it well.
before 007, I would say.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Very good. And the last question from the Nostalgia Boys: would you rather play
It's from Kyle.
from Kyle. Would you rather play a Labo Zelda game or a Labo Metroid game?
Zelda. The end.
I'd rather. Do I have to pick?
Don't you think it would be cool
do
though
I-
to have Samus's cannon arm on your arm?
So what
in
I was going
cardboard?
for was Nintendo Land. So Nintendo Land, you have the Zelda game, right, where it's motion based. You swing a sword and stuff, and you have a shield. So if they did a Labo game that was that you ran automatically in, but you did the combat, right? I would be down for that. And
we got to bring back Link's crossbow training.
Exactly.
That's the obvious answer.
And if you thought about Nintendo Land, they had that Metroid Blaster game, right? If you put the arm cannon on you and you used it to do crossbow training, I would play that too. So I'm kind of at a push. I don't necessarily think if either one of those ideas are better than the other one, I'd be down for either one of them to be true.
I think there's so many different weapons you can make with a Zelda thing. You can make the Master Sword, a hook shot of some working, it's obviously not going to shoot out an actual hook shot, but a boomerang.
So the question really is, which one would be the better light gun game? Because that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
And I think Metroid would be a better light gun game because you could morph ball, you could have platforming stuff, you could swing, that'd be fun.
Well, in my game, you have to construct the actual what's the thing that the boat you steer with the wheel, the boat wheel. You have to build that out of cardboard, and then you get to be Beetle from Wind Waker, and you get to sail around with your shop and sell items, and it's called Beetle's Shop Hop. Your Labo adventure.
Thank you.
Oh God. Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Jacob and Ryan, and then the Nintendo Nostalgia crew. I miss those guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I could not let that opportunity pass. I was like, it's episode 64. Let's reach out and do a little cross promo.
Nintendo 64.
So good, man. It's so good. I want one of those
Get out.
HDMI 64 consoles so bad.
Got us we got the Rumble pack. We got the little expansion pack.
Have you seen
Remember
those?
when the 64 DD was a thing too? It was like
Yep.
the hard disk add-on.
I've been looking at 64 DDs. Obviously, they're only released in Japan, like officially. I've been looking on eBay just for collection's sake. I'm not paying $1,500 for something that won't even work on my. You know, you have to have like the discs too. You know, and it won't work on an American NTSC one. So, what can you do?
Have you seen the Ultra HDMI N64 mods, Jason?
Yes,
I'm gonna see right now.
they're insane, but
They're like
really
$500.
They're really expensive.
They're really expensive, but you can plug an HDMI cord into your N64 and play games on your big screen TV, and it like brightens everything. It still runs like 40p, but it like super brightens everything and like ups the latency, and everything's like better. It's like
People
insane.
have been using them for streaming a lot.
Retro RGB, is that the
That's somebody that makes them. Yeah, they're modded. So you like send yours off to be modded,
Oh my
or you
gosh.
can just buy them completely
or you can
modded.
do a DIY kit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, no thank you.
Just
I don't
thought of
want to. I don't want to have to solder.
I
solder
watched
it
people
all.
like soldering all their stuff. I was like, I have
I'm
no.
not doing any of that.
That
no
is
way. The
insane.
extent of me doing anything heat related to my poor consoles was
I would
baking
rather
my
pay the
Virtual
money.
Boy stuff.
But any of the wrestling games would have been a good one to bring back.
That's so
I
cool.
forgot to think about that in the N64 conversation. I would die for somebody to just bring back those old THQ
Ken Griffey
wrestling
Jr.
games.
Baseball. Ken Griffey Jr. Was it Slugfest?
I didn't like the King Griffey one as much as I like Triple Play. I was way into like Triple Play baseball for whatever reason.
Wow, it actually makes a decent.
If you see
impact
Star
on-
64 on Ultra HDMI, it's like a night and day difference.
It's amazing.
It's incredibly different. You're like, wow. If you like, go look at Rogue Squadron with the Ultra HDMI mod, and it's like it looks like it's running on like a Wii. Like it looks so much better. You're like, when the hell did this game go? Oh, it'd have been so good. So,
Dude, that's like when first thing I did with Dolphin Emulator, I like threw on Star Fox 64, and you can like upscale the resolution. You can increase the texture count. So it's like super HD, everything's sharp looking. It's
man, I gotta get you to help me
so
learn.
cool.
I gotta learn how to. I've been trying to set that up, and I can't figure it out. I cannot figure out Dolphin. It seems really difficult.
The hardest thing is like
Dolphins-
trying to configure your controller.
See,
I just
So
you're
many
using
better
it
back
for
compat.
Wii U stuff though, aren't you? Are you using it for Wii or Wii U?
I would love to just have all of it. I would love to just turn my PC into like my back catalog, but I can never figure out how to make it work.
I always had issues.
There's
with
all these
all-
packs and all these different and you got to get things. You got to like go into forums. It's just so technically a mess. You know why nobody can just make an emulator that just runs?
The price you pay to play all these games for free, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Being a pirate just ain't easy, you know. You gotta swab the decks and sail the seven seas.
Not
you
for
know?
me, man. Not for me.
Yar.
Yeah.
We're so energetic tonight.
I am just so tired this week.
Wait till you see me next week. It might be worse. You have no idea. I really want to make next week. We've got to talk about Travis Strikes Again. And you guys have got to buy another game. You guys have to.
Well, I
you need
will-
to
Alright,
buy a
I'm gonna,
game.
I'm gonna vow to play.
Go,
Valkyria
Jason.
this
Go get
weekend.
the most free to play game and play it.
We're gonna play Valkyria this weekend. Guess what? Oh, I forgot to mention.
Fortnite?
I
Yeah.
bought a Best Buy dock. So the Best Buy dock just got delivered early today.
Great.
I can literally just pick this thing up from my streaming setup and take it back in there,
There you
and
go.
not have to worry about cables and. So
You reminded
I-
me that I've never updated like our listeners about my dock situation.
Oh yeah, go
So-
for it.
When we did the whole thing, right, about Jack's console not working, not like sitting
Yep.
in the dock not working, we thought maybe it's Insignia docks. So he took the console to the grandparents over the weekend. It ran dead. Like he just ran the battery all the way down. So we bring it home, we put it on the dock to charge. All of a sudden it works again on all the docks. Perfectly fine. Except on the dock in his room, which was the regular dock, his picture, I noticed, kept like waving in and out. And he goes, yeah, it's been doing that for a while. Like, what are you talking about? It's been doing this for a while. So like he'd sit it on there, it would go, and then the picture would just like shake back and forth.
Cable.
So I replaced the cable. We have no issues. We're like running a month straight and we have no issues. We're back to good again. All docks everywhere around the house. We're great to go. So I'm thinking maybe this was an issue with the cable the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's just.
So I'm excited.
Cables.
I'll definitely just literally pick up my tablet, take it in there in the living room, plop it down.
It's fun, isn't it?
And do Valkyria.
We have 5 docks. They're
That's
everywhere.
insane.
And we can just, they're on every TV and my streaming station. They're on every TV
We don't have
plus the
that many
streaming
TVs.
station.
We have 2
Well, I have
TVs,
kids.
one of which we don't really use.
I've got my basement TV, the living room TV, Jack's TV, and Victoria's TV, and then my office.
Crazy.
And the switches can just rotate.
I have my computer monitor, a thing in the bedroom that we never use because it's basically old as dirt, like the original HD TV, and then we got one in the living room.
But yeah,
Perks of apartment life.
That's right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this week, guys.
short show.
Yeah.
Short show. We didn't call quite a lot of attention to it yet, but we will still release the video versions of each episode. Will release on Fridays as usual. The audio episodes will drop on Saturdays. So
That's correct.
you get that Shacker days.
Nope.
Saturday
Shack,
morning
Sack.
shack.
Yeah, that's a lot better. So that's going to do it. On behalf of myself, Caroline, and Donnie, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Check out all the other shows on the PSVG network. Give us a review on iTunes because we just want you to.
On our own feed, though.
In our own feed.
Yeah,
In
give
our own feed.
the Nintendo Shack feed a review on
In
iTunes.
our
Let's be
own
clear.
feed. And above all else, please come back for more Nintendo Shack.
And Travis Strikes Again this week. Super
Maybe.
excited. Good night, Kooplings.
Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.